chase Lee Hockey with the blue futon out of the digital world. There was a movie called The Retaliators. Apparently, this movie was like 3 years in the making. Why was it 3 years in the making? Probably because of COVID. But should you retaliate and buying this movie or not watching it? Let's do it. So The Retaliators, what's about? It's a very simple premise, actually. You have a priest with 2 daughters. Unfortunately, something sinister happens to one of the daughters, and now the priest has got to figure out, does he really want revenge? Will he find revenge? Or is something even more sinister happening at this person's house? So, did I like this film? I thought it was a lot better movie than Bitch Ass. I only said it because Quiver produced this one as well as Retaliators, and Retaliators has a better budget, better acting, and is better overall script as a whole, even though there are some weird nitpicks with the film. So with that, I'll go with the positives of the movie first. I think this story is unique and different. How do you want revenge? And if you decide you don't want revenge and you think you're going to do something good for humanity, will it actually be good for humanity? Or are you just going to become a sinister, fucked up human being who should have just, done the thing in the very beginning of the film? Or not the very beginning of the film, but the very beginning of the dilemma you are given. Because that's very much like this, where you're like, yeah, if I would have just, done something and walked away, those people would probably still be prisoners / zombies. However, if I release them in the world, they're going to cause havoc on everyone they even touch. So it's one of those things that's like moral dilemma. And it does give you good moral dilemmas in this film. And if you're a fan of rock and roll, if you're a fan of like the Octane style of music, Ice Nine Kills, Papa Roach, Five Finger Death Punch, Within Temptation, Asking Alexandria, and From Ashes to New, which I'm going to talk about From Ashes to New for a little bit. You're going to like this film because of the music in it. So talk about From Ashes to New, them being in a church scene felt a little off. Like, I don't know if they're really a church group or church band. So just seeing them singing The Scars That I'm Hiding in a church setting felt really, really off. Also, you could call it a cameo, but Brian O. Henderson from the Clerks series is in this film as a jerk. I just thought it was funny because this is filmed in New Jersey, so it's like every time there's a New Jersey film, they're going to grab that guy to be a little part of the movie. Also, the gore. I think the gore was very subtle, yet it worked. You could call it subtle. I've seen a lot more gore in other movies, but this one, it was there. And when it was there, it was practical and fun to do. It wasn't overblown. Yeah, it was like a lot of blood, but it wasn't like complete like the sadness where it was like a gush pool of like chocolate fountains going everywhere. Even though there is a lot of blood in this film. And overall, even though a lot of these people in this movie are / actors / musicians, I don't think no one did a horrible job in this movie playing their part. Even the Five Finger Death Punch, they're technically the bad drug dealers in this film. And so each of them has a part, and I think they all play their part pretty well. So yeah, I would just say the biggest negative is the moral dilemma of this story as well. I'm like in Sicario, right? Sicario and Sicario 2 is where Benicio del Toro kills the family. And people are saying that's sinister, that's too much. I kind of disagree, because if you have a family and these kids are raised in this environment, what makes you think they're not going to become what their dad and what the mom is going to be and what they are affiliated with? Yeah, affiliated with, because you know what? There's a 100% chance they're probably going to stay in that line of work. So when you talk about that, of like, this motherfucker raped and killed multiple people, and he still has a tendency to do it, and it's giving no remorse. What makes you think that person's going to change? So maybe I'm just sinister. Like I said, I believe in the death penalty. Yeah, that's all. I'm going to leave it right there. Let's just leave it right there, because that moral dilemma of, no, I shouldn't kill that person, or I shouldn't do that. But you know what? I mean, environmentalists want to do that. So am I any different? Am I? So overall, Retaliators, it's a fun little movie. Nothing more, nothing less. If you like the Octane music, that does put a little notch above just my opinion, because I liked the soundtrack and I liked the acting. And I did overall like the story, what it was trying to tell. So the Retaliators will receive a 3.5 out of 5 with Futon, so he goes at 70%. So see the critics' new scores gave this one. So you have the critics at 87%, with 31 of them. Audience score an 89% with fewer than 50. Here's critic consensus. It may not offer much they haven't seen before, but strong stomach exploitation enthusiasts will savor the Retaliators. You have to agree. Like I said, there's some good subplots, some not good subplots, some good acting, some not good acting, but the overall experience was short, hour and a half, and it held my attention through in and throughout. I think someone's cutting grass. I want to say I'm allergic to it, but when people cut grass, it's hard for me to breathe. I'm a weird person. I know. 70, 87, 89. Chase out with the Blue Futon. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think is Futontopia. You Blue Futonians think about a fantastic day. Retaliators! 21 guns, 21. Oh, now I get the 21 number in this film. Hey. Because when you hear that song with like Five Finger Death Punch, Spencer from Ice Nine Kills, you're saying, what does 21 guns, 21 bullets means? But once you watch this film, you know what it means.